What's up, everybody? B. Mason. Welcome to the Make a Pivot podcast. As you know, the pivot is one of the most important things in the golf swing, often not discussed enough. And just like in life, everything holds true in golf. People make pivots in their life, oftentimes don't talk about them so nobody can learn from them. On this podcast, we have interesting people, golfers, and just cool people overall, entrepreneurs. The range goes on and on. The goal is to talk to them about pivots they made in their life that set them on a new trajectory. Today, we have Shella Sylla. She is the founder of SisterGolf, and we're going to learn a lot about SisterGolf today. Welcome.
Give my applause.
I bet you didn't know I had no applause.
I did not know you had applause. Thank you so much for that. I am so excited and happy to be here.
Cool. So we're going to get right into it. Like I told you this morning, I was like, man, I lost my notes, so I'm going straight off the dome. We're going to have fun. I like to start all these the same way. My audience know I start all these the same way. Before we get into SisterGolf and learning more about SisterGolf, tell me, when did you fall in love with golf?
Probably after my second golf lesson.
Okay. Tell me about it. I want to know all about it.
So, unfortunately, this ties into SisterGolf a little bit because, it ties into what got me into golf was because of my career. So I decided to start taking lessons. The first lesson was fine. It was just like, okay, I'm, being introduced to the sport. But the second lesson, when I felt like I had made some progress and I hit some really good shots, I think that's when the bug hit me. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can actually get into this.
I think that's holds true for everybody. It's the first time that you hit the ball in the middle of the club face. And it's some feeling that goes through your arms and body to your soul, and it make you feel a certain way.
It is.
Yeah. So
it is. It's nothing like that. And you hit it good. It's like it's an intangible feeling that you hit a good shot. You feel it through your whole, like you said, soul. And you see the result of the shot also. So all of that in combination is like, okay, this is something that I think I can do.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that you were hooked at that point.
I was.
Yeah. I think everybody has that experience, and like I'm looking out the corner of my eye over here at your books, which we'll get into later. You got some books on Amazon. I can't wait to hear about those. But
okay.
I think it's that feeling that like when you finally hit the ball good, but golf is more than just hitting the ball good. So tell me some other things that like really lured you into it and say, you know what, I'm going to take this serious and I'm going to try to get better at this game.
I think playing at different golf courses, to me, was the other thing. It was just a sense of being one with nature, outside, the calm, the serenity. Golf courses are some of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that prior to playing, but as I started visiting different courses, that was something that made me look forward to, okay, what's the next? I know some people have a home course and they play that course all the time, but I'm the person that likes to go somewhere else and see something different and explore and see the layout and where are the bunkers and is there water. Those are the ones that I'm particularly attracted to. If there's any type of lake or beach or ocean or something, if the golf course is there, then those are my favorites.
Oh yeah, those my favorite too. I just everybody know I was in California for a while and now I'm back in Birmingham, Alabama. You're not from Birmingham. We'll get into that more.
Okay.
But when I play, I like courses that everyone else hates. So if it's got sand and a lot of water, those are my courses. It could be water on every hole. That'll be like an amazing course for me. So let me ask you, what's the most majestic, beautiful course you played so far?
Ooh. I would probably say, Doral in Miami.
I like Doral, the Blue Monster.
Yes, I played the Blue Monster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Let's give it up for she played the Blue Monster.
I did.
That had to be stressful. How did you do? Where did you shoot?
I don't remember what I shot
Was it
because
good or was it bad?
I was playing in a scramble.
Oh, okay.
So it
So
was
you were using the best ball and all.
correct.
Man,
Correct. Ah.
I was just playing. I had to get you.
Oh,
I kind
you
of
took
set.
me up and then you just sunk me right on down, Brandon.
I kind of set you up for that. But no, so you were playing a scramble.
Yes.
That's cool because we'll get into more about here. Let's just go right into it. Tell me about Sister Golf. How did it come about? Let's start there. How did Sister Golf come about?
So my background is in corporate banking and commercial real estate financing.
All right.
And it is a very male-dominated industry, and even more so back when I was in it many moons ago. And I found myself being tasked with going out to get new business deals. And even though they provided me with all the skill set and everything that
Oh, Shella did not get the memo to turn her phone on airplane mode.
I did turn my phone on silent. Apparently, it did not do what I wanted it to do.
Oh,
But easy fix, we'll take care of that right now.
we giving her the crickets till she get her phone together. I got all my sound effects for you because, yeah. But no.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, so
let's give it
back
up-
to the
let's
story.
give it up for Shella, y'all. Way to fix your phone. Way to fix your phone.
Okay, so back to the story. So I was tasked with going out and bringing in new business, new loan production to the bank on a monthly basis, to the tune of $500,000 every month and $200,000 in new deposits every month. And of course, they set you up with all of the sales training to help you do all those things. So I thought I was adequately armed and felt confident that I was ready to go out there and tackle the, I guess,
You were ready to
streets.
bring the money back.
Yes, tackle those business streets with my personality, charisma, my skill set, and all of the bank's awesome products. I just knew I would just be able to knock on the door and wow them and sell them and say, hey, this is what we have. This is what you can we can offer you. Come on over. And found it to be way harder than I thought it would be. Meanwhile, my colleagues made it look easy because we would have our monthly sales meetings and they were, blowing it out the park. And I was wondering how they were doing it and quickly found out that a big part of getting those types of deals or bringing those types of relationships required people knowing you, liking you, and trusting you in an easy or one way that you can build that know me, like me, trust me factor is through golf. Yeah. And they were leaving every Friday at 3 to do just that, go play golf, while I was putting in extra hours thinking that is what it was going to take in order for me to match or excel in the same way that they were. Yeah. And quickly found that to be far from the truth. So
golf kind of became like their strategy to not even close the deal, open the door in a way sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was definitely a way to open the door and create the rapport and relationship that you need to sort of not convince, but have someone willing and open to give your product or
sometimes give you a try, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To give you an opportunity.
Yeah,
to really give you a try.
I mean, you can learn a lot from people over the course of 18 holes. Your character can definitely be defined over the course of 18 holes. So.
All those things happen over the course of 18 holes. But I did not know that at the time because, one, I never played golf in high school or college. In fact, I wasn't very athletic at all in high school or college. I was in the marching band.
Oh, wow. What did you do in the marching band?
So I played flute and clarinet. I was awesome.
You look like is it a flutist? Is that a word?
Yes, a flautist.
Boy, a flautist?
Yes.
Okay, boy. See, I make up stuff and it still be real, so that lets you know I'm in the right direction. Okay.
So, yeah, I played in the marching band. So golf was nowhere near on my radar. And even when I saw it on TV, to me, it was so boring. It was like watching paint dry. So it was never something that I was particularly interested in. And I definitely didn't think it was something for me African American female. It was just something that old, rich, Caucasian men did.
Yep.
So I just did not have anything that would have drawn my interest to it for any reason whatsoever. So when it was presented to me by one of my colleagues that said, hey, Shella, maybe consider coming out and, playing golf with us, it didn't strike me as something that I had any particular interest in doing, but I felt if it would something that could help catapult my career or help me get different results from what I was currently getting, then I was open to at least giving it a try.
Yeah.
And so that's when I decided to maybe take lessons.
Yeah. And that's cool because everybody comes into golf different, but they all fall in love with just the sport in general once they come in. So like, trying to excel your career, get on a quick, I'm gonna call it quick pace, get out there, get those clients where they're at playing golf and stuff like that. That was your end. Some people end is a way to like battle alcoholism, to take their mind off, other stuff. Other people just trying to like escape the world of being so digital right now with phones in our hands all day. You go out there, unless you want to use your phone for like GPS on the course or whatever. But outside of that, you're able to put your phone down and just like be one with nature. But once you come in, we all find that same love for the sport, which is cool. Which you found that, and now you're introducing it to other folks as well.
Yes.
So tell me about that first time you went out on the course. Then I want to hear about that when you went out with your colleagues.
So, yes. So I'd taken a couple of lessons, and then next thing you know, I was sharing that.
Hold on, back. You didn't go straight to the course. You went and got lessons, and then you went to the course?
Correct. I did not go straight to the course. So
Okay.
those lessons took place on a driving range. I was at Country Club of Miami.
Okay.
And the funny story is I would go take my lesson, and sometimes my mom would go with me. And so she would be sitting in a lawn chair, and the golf pro would be showing me different swing techniques and stuff like that. And I would hit a ball, and I'd hit a good one. And here's my mom, the cheerleading section. Good job, Shella. She'd be clapping for me and excited.
And this is you as an adult, right?
Yes, this
Okay.
is me as an adult.
Okay.
I don't want to tell my age because then you'll know how old I am now, and that was many moons ago. But I was fully grown adult in my career. I had graduated college, and I was probably, 5 or 6 years into my career.
Okay.
So
Here you are, this grown woman.
Yes.
With your grown mama.
Yes.
Cheering you on at a
Yes.
country club.
Yes.
Keep going.
And then I would hit a bad shot, and she'd be like, "No, Shella, no." And Mom, kill the commentary.
Okay.
That's not what we're doing right now.
Okay.
But so that right there, I look back on that, as a cherished memory, because to see even at that age, to have my mom still supporting whatever it is that I decided I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so that really just holds a warm spot in my heart.
Yeah.
And
One of the many stories of golf, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Just being able to share that moment with her. And even till this day, I'll call her and she'll ask me, so how is Sister Golf going? How are things going, with the golf thing? 'Cause so she was at the very beginning of the journey with me, and she still cares to know how things are progressing.
Yeah.
So that's something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world.
Okay.
So
Keep going.
So after that, still green as I would consider it, only having taken a few lessons,
Yeah.
the bank decides to hold or participate in a tournament.
Charity golf tournament.
There you go. And my coworkers are like, Shella, you've been taking lessons. You should play in the tournament. And I'm like, dude, I've only taken 2 lessons. I'm not ready. And they're like, no, you're ready. Let's go. So I do all of the things that I know I'm supposed to do. I went out and got clubs. I went out and got clothes, did the whole 9.
Which one was fun? Which one was more fun? Getting the clubs or getting the clothes?
Obviously getting the clothes. That's still one of my favorite things to do. You know, get dressed up in a really cute golf outfit. There's nothing like that. I don't know if men have that same affinity for.
Some do, some don't. So
Okay.
some guys like the shirt, the shoes, everything like matching, and then some guys are like, nah, I'm good. So they just go out there and whatever. But the beautiful thing about golf though is like I was looking at some old pictures in my phone the other day because I was trying to make room on my phone so I could record this podcast. And I was looking through my phone and I saw where I used to get off work sometime from when we have a big shoot or whatever. And depending on the shoot, a lot of times, you know, it depends on what we shooting at. We could be filming something in a swamp somewhere or something like that. I don't know. I did so much before. And one time I had on these cargo pants and some boots, and I got a video of me out there. I had just got off work. I was swinging in cargo pants and boots. So.
And they did not kick you off the golf course?
No, I got different golf courses I used to go to.
Okay.
So I had a good old classic Muni course, which is my home course, but it's a beautiful course. It's right on the bay in San Francisco, right outside of San Francisco, in a place called San Leandro, Monarch Bay Golf Course. I used to go out there every day religiously, and as much as I could get out there, and they didn't care. Like, it's a Muni course, but it's a beautiful course though. So, you know, we have golf etiquettes. I played all over the place. I played some beautiful, amazing courses, just too many to even name. Palm Springs, Palm Desert is by far my greatest place to play. You can just go down there. And even like the kind of okay courses are nicer than your super duper nice courses in other places.
So that sounds like 2 courses that I need to add to my list of courses that I need to play.
Just go to Palm Springs and pick courses. Just go down there and pick stuff to play. Like you'll love almost every single course you play probably. So. And then they got this. I played night golf down there one time. They got like this course, this little 9-hole with lights on it or whatever. So it's all kind of stuff. The world is full of beautiful courses, and you're not gonna live long enough to play all of them.
You will not.
So it's just like get out there and have fun. So I don't want to get us off track though. I'm gonna narrate this thing. So you started. You never played in high school. You never played in college. You started working for this bank. You realized golf was like a key in some kind of way. So you were like, hey, I need to learn how to play golf. Started playing, played in some tournaments. When did Sister Golf come into play?
Okay, so back to the story of when I got invited to play in that first tournament that the bank had. So I do all of the things. I go out, buy clothes, got my set of clubs, and I prepare for the tournament. I put all my business cards in my golf bag. So get to the tournament. It's me and 100 guys.
You the only lady?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Keep going.
So, of course, everyone is asking, you know, are you driving a golf cart? Are you doing registration? And I'm like, no, I'm here to play. And they're like, oh, you're playing, you know, whose team you're playing on, and all that good stuff. So what ended up happening was because I stood out, I met so many people because they walked over because they were curious. Who is this lady? You know, who is this woman of color?
Yeah.
You know, who is actually playing. And as a result of that, I ended up making some really good contacts and connections that turned into a client that also turned into a referral source. And he was a CPA, which is, if you know anything about banking, that is the best referral partner you want to have because they have all of the financial information that you need for the clients.
I didn't know that, but now I know and they know, which is the point of the podcast, which is like you learn new stuff. So, hey, find you some CPA friends. They know everybody and they know all their financial information.
Exactly. So when you have a potential client and they are looking for any type of financing, the first thing we're going to ask them for is, okay, we need to see your last 3 years tax returns, your last 2 years personal, and a personal financial statement. And the person that's going to have all that information is who? Your CPA. So they a lot of times will get it from their CPA, or if they're comfortable enough with you, they'll give you their CPA's number and say, just call such and such and tell them I gave you permission, and they'll send you over the information. So, well, if you have a relationship with the CPA, they oftentimes know even before the client knows if they need a loan or if they need financing. They're like, oh, you might want to get a line of credit if you're trying to grow your business. So your CPA those are the best referral sources for bankers. So making that connection was key for me. So not only did I do a line of credit for that CPA, he became a referral source. And it became, hey, Shella, I have a client that needs financing for their warehouse. Do you want me to bring you over the financials? And I was just like, no, I will be there to pick them up from you. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So as a result of that, I quickly went from barely being able to make my goals or not even meet my goals to exceeding them and being a member of the $1 Million Club, where you close $1 million in deals per month. So
I mean, just being a part of the $1 Million Club sound cool anyway. I'm not a part of the $1 Million Club right now. I will be a part of something. I'm gonna make my own million.
There you go.
Would you like to be a part of my $1 Million Club?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna manifest that. It's coming. Me and Shella are part of the $1 Million Club.
yes.
Get like us. With the $1 Million Club. Okay, keep going. You're part of the $1 Million Club now. Big buck Shella. Let's go.
So I think that's where the light bulb went on for me, which made it click, which made me see the connection between how golf can really help you succeed and how many women were missing out on the opportunity just because they were not out on the golf course. Because the next story I'm going to tell you is why.
Okay.
Because this was my first time out playing. And when I tell you that my golf game was horrible.
I mean, I teach golf, so I'm pretty sure it was terrible. So I don't find many people that just get out the car.
It was terrible in the sense that, yes, I had taken a few lessons, and I was good enough that I was making consistent contact with the ball, but what those shots were looking like was anything but what a real golf shot looks like. In fact, the majority of my balls probably never went airborne. It looked like I was bowling instead of I was actually golfing.
And that's crazy because when I think I told you this when we did the clinic together, I was like, look, these women have never played golf at the end of their life. I got one goal, solid contact, and get the ball in the air. If I can get them to do that, they'll come back and see me.
and we did accomplish that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So the point of that story is most people think that in order to benefit from a charity or a scramble type tournament that you need to be good at golf. Most folks are not good at golf. The statistics are 95% of all golfers never break 100. 95%.
I'm glad I'm in the 5%.
But never break 100. I'm in 5% too. So. But
we part of the $1 Million Club.
Exactly.
What you mean?
But it didn't happen overnight.
Yes.
But I was able to take advantage of the sport before it happened, which most people think that you have to wait till after you get good to benefit from it. You don't, because the majority of folks that play, and I tell women this all the time, the guys that play in corporate or charity scrambles are just like you. They have full-time jobs. They have families. They're not out there playing every single weekend, unless they played in college or unless they're a golf fanatic and that is their hobby and they do it on a regular basis. They're probably not better than you are.
Oh, well, I tell everybody, well, this for the little secret for the ladies out there. If you want to know how good golfers really are, just go ride in the cart with your husband or boyfriend for 18 holes one day when he playing with a group of friends, and you'll really see how good they are at golf or not good.
Exactly. Exactly. And so what I tell women, because what keeps most women away from the sport is the confidence, and they just feel like that they're going to get out there and they're going to embarrass themselves and they're not going to know what they're doing and everybody else is going to be great and hitting shots like Tiger, and it's furthest from the truth. And I said, let me tell you what guys are good at. Guys are good at telling great stories.
Yeah.
So when you ask or if you overhear guys talking about golf, they'll tell you about that one hole. Oh, I was on hole number 3. It was a par 5. And, I hit the ball 300 yards off the tee. And then my second shot landed on the green. And then,
I was playing for eagle.
Exactly. and I missed my eagle shot, but I made birdie. And so you hear this story and you internalize that as, oh my God, he's this amazing golfer. But what you did not hear is the story about the other 17 holes where he shanked it or it went into the
no,
woods.
No, you did not. No. I normally don't give anybody this button, but you getting it. We do not say the S word.
We do not say the S word.
On this podcast.
So yeah, or you hit it, they hit it, and their ball lands at the ladies' tees. Or
I've seen that before.
Of course.
Oh yeah, it goes sky high.
Exactly.
And it falls straight down.
So you don't hear those stories, and so you've created this image in your head because of the story that you did hear, that, oh my God, they're amazing, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to suck and I'm going to embarrass myself. And I'm like, you're going to be probably equal or better than they are. And so to help women in terms of to gain more confidence and be more comfortable, I try to share those stories so that they'll know that the only difference is women, I think, have that embarrassment gene and guys do not. And that's part of the reason why guys drink, because they need that liquid courage. And they're completely comfortable and happy to just go out there and hack it up. But they hack it up and walk away with the relationship and the camaraderie so that they can benefit from it later, whether it becomes a friendship or whether it becomes a business deal or whether it helps you with access or visibility. Whereas women, we shy away from it and we're so afraid of it that you don't go out there at all and you miss out.
Yeah.
So it's better to be, there and be a part of it. And so what, you hit a bad shot, you laugh it off and make a joke and keep it moving. As opposed to, oh my God, I hit a terrible shot, and you let that paralyze you and you let it keep you away from where things are happening. So, and that's why I share my story, because a lot of times women feel like, oh, you must have played in high school, you must have played in college. And I'm like, I didn't either. I was a fully grown adult when I decided to start taking lessons, and I was terrible at it for a long time, and I still don't think I'm great. But then when you look at even professional golfers, they hit 1,000 golf balls a day, but that's their job. And even when you watch them on tour, they still make mistakes and they still hit bad shots, and they hit 1,000 golf balls a day, and that's their job. So we put way too much pressure on ourselves to think that we can go out and emulate that, having not practiced, having just gotten invited out. You haven't been to a golf range in, a year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be. You go out cold, and then you put this expectation on yourself that all of your shots are going to be amazing. I said, if we shift our focus to having a good time and enjoying your playing partner and enjoying the fact that you're out in nature and enjoying the course and enjoying the scenery and enjoying the challenge that you're giving to yourself, then you'll walk away with a lot better time.
Yeah, that's a great segue. So you just gave us the why. So you gave us the why SisterGolf came about. Now we need the how. How do women get involved? Like, how do they, you got this going on. What exactly do you do, and how do folks get involved?
Awesome. So once that light bulb went off and I realized more women need to participate and they need to take advantage of this because it's such a great opportunity to stand out and connect, it was a matter of how do I bring that to the public, because I didn't know anyone else that was doing anything like that, and I didn't have anything to sort of...
You have a roadmap.
No, I didn't have anything to copy. I didn't have a blueprint. Yeah. So, if you decide to go to dental school and you get your degree and you go and you work for a dentist's office and then you decide, okay, well, I'm going to break out and do my own thing and open my own shingle, you kind of have that roadmap. But there was kind of nothing out there, like SisterGolf. So I did a test. So when I came to Birmingham, I said, well, let me put together a informational, like a workshop, to see if this is something that people would be interested in or people would find value in. So I did a free informational workshop, how golf could help women succeed by giving examples of how it helped me succeed and, what you could do to try to learn the sport and also try to make it fun so that women would participate in it. And I just did a free little informational workshop at Vestavia Library.
Okay.
I put it out there. I think on Facebook and a couple of other social media spots, and to see if I would get any interest or any feedback, and women signed up. Just like, okay.
Yeah.
So women signed up.
You build it, they will come.
Exactly. So I did the workshop, and I did a survey at the workshop to see, is this something that you guys would want to see more of? Or, are you interested? Would you want to learn how to play? And all of the feedback was positive.
Yeah.
So from there, I said, okay, I have something here. Now let's go out and really try to turn it into a business that could benefit women who are either entrepreneurs or who are in corporate America trying to, move up the ladder in their careers and use it as a tool to do just that.
Yeah.
So then I went to work, putting together a curriculum and a format that would be easily digestible, that women can see the value in, and then presenting it to the corporate America marketplace to see if I could get people to sign up. And I was able to do that. My very first corporate client was Burr Foreman, which is
that's a law firm, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Big law firm.
I don't think they know that they were my first corporate client, but they were.
They know now.
Yes.
Yeah. You all, if any. My reach is massive, so
Okay.
no telling who. I have so many students that come in here and players, and I build clubs and stuff too. So I do a lot of custom work. So I have people from all over the place coming here. So I learn new stuff. I learned some other new stuff I'll talk to you about off camera.
Okay.
Yesterday, somebody who owns something that I didn't know they owned it. And I'm like, man, they literally own everything in Birmingham. Okay, so yeah, it's cool. You probably know this already too, though, because you do real estate. So but we'll talk about it off camera. But you all were her first client. So
Yes.
what's some more of your clients that because what I'm hearing from you is you partner with corporate clients, but then you also just have events just solo that doesn't have any, it doesn't have any corporate affiliation or anything like that? Or is it just like you work solely with like corporate clients and host events and stuff like that? Or give me more.
Sure. So when I first started, really I spent a lot of time educating people on what Sister Golf is and what we do. Mm-hmm. So people just thought it was an organization or a nonprofit to get women playing golf.
Yeah.
So they thought it was just like this social little golf group, let's get more women into the game. And while that's a very big component of it, it was more about business development. How do you leverage golf as a tool for business development and career advancement? And so I spent a lot of time educating people on that and just introducing people to the brand and getting them out. So in the early years, I spent a lot of time doing fun events just to get women comfortable because women were so intimidated by it. And they heard golf, they was running in the other direction. Yeah. So I did a lot of social events. We used to do drinks on the links.
Drinks on the links.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people have asked me to bring that back, and I feel like in some shape or fashion, I will do a few drinks on the links fun events. So we would do margaritas, and we would do like a golf clinic, and so that sort of that was pre-Top Golf.
Yeah.
So now that Top Golf came into the marketplace, I think that also has softened or lessened the barrier to entry for a lot of women because it has a entertainment component to it. So I did a lot of that. And again, like I said, talking to people, and once they realized it was more than just getting women playing in a social aspect, and they saw that there was a real benefit to it from a business standpoint, they were like, oh, I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah.
and I got a lot of pushback in the beginning too, because from an entrepreneurship standpoint, people felt like, if you have a blue ocean, which if you're the only one out there, then it's really probably not something that's going to be profitable. So I was pioneering in the fact that I was out there by myself. So folks felt like if you don't have any competition or no one else is doing it, then it's not a viable business. But I just happened to be ahead of the curve, because that was back in 2013. We're now at 2022. There are several similar types of businesses that exist now in other states, in cities. Still not a whole lot, but there are several, and they're all viable and growing and doing well. So that kind of also showed me that it's something that's needed. And even the PGA has seen the need to try to get more women and actually get more people of color into the sport. But my focus is on the business side, and what we do is we target companies that are male dominated, where we have women who are in any type of client facing or business development role, where a lot of the networking or business development happens on a golf course. So that could be a tech company, that could be automotive, manufacturing. And so you have women who are in those industries, and a big part of the networking that takes place is on the golf course.
Now it's taking me back a little bit, because now I'm learning new stuff about your business as well, where I thought about it maybe one way. I'm like, oh no, like Shella is really like leveraging, like closing deals on the golf course.
Correct.
So not only are you teaching, women the etiquette and like how to move around the golf course, and you're referring them to people like myself to learn how to play or whatever the case may be. You also have a component in there about how do you maybe bring up, if they're not talking about business right off the bat, maybe you bring up like a way to lead into like business and having those conversations like that. I'm guessing that's what I'm pulling from you.
It is. So when you're working in a corporate America setting, if you're working for any type of large corporation, whether it be a bank or insurance company, most of those companies are going to sponsor anywhere from 3 to 12 tournaments a year, and depending on the size of the company, it might be even more than that. And just like companies sponsor lunches or dinners for charities, they always need to fill those tables. So with the tournaments, they need to fill those foursomes. And what happens is all of the guys will volunteer. I will play, I will take out a client. And even if you're a woman and you are in a client-facing role, or you're in business development, most of the times you miss out on those opportunities because you self-exclude. The guys are going to go play golf, I'll let them do that. But it's about, leaning in and saying, no, I will play on the team, and sometimes that team comprises of a potential client or an existing client, or that team comprises of someone in senior management. So in either case, it's either going to get you visibility and proximity and access, because if the CEO works at an office that is not your office and now he's playing in this tournament, now all of a sudden you have access and proximity to him and visibility where you did not have it before.
Yes. Okay.
Or if there's a potential client that you want to deepen a relationship with, now you have 4.5 uninterrupted hours with that potential client where you did not have access before. And again, the guys are stepping forward every time to say, I'm playing, if they can get in, depending on how many foursomes that the company has sponsored. And we just automatically say, oh no, I'm not going to play, whereas we need to be leaning into those opportunities more to say, I will play. And most times it's not that the men intentionally exclude us, it's because women have self-excluded so often that they just stop asking.
Self-excluded. I never even... This might be the first time I ever heard somebody say self-excluded, so I'm gonna have to use that. That's good. I'm telling you, I'm stealing it from you right now. Self-excluded. Like, stop self-excluding yourself. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So go ahead.
So what the workshops really focuses on is how do you get those invitations? Because golf is a game of invitation. You get invited to a round.
Yeah.
You get invited to the course or to the country club.
Yeah.
So how do you position yourself to get those invitations? And if you don't get the invitations, how do you invite yourself? Or how do you let people know that you do play?
See, this the insider stuff right here that you talk about in the clinic. I might need to go to a clinic.
So I cover those things in the course, and you said that, and that brings me to another point, because I'm currently working on the digital version of the course, so it'll be available online. So if you're not here local in the Birmingham area and can't attend a class live, you'll be able to access the class that way.
I'm glad you said that. It's going to lead me into two things, and then we're going to get into the books, and then we're going to try to wrap. We could end up going. I can see we could end up going for a long time.
We could talk for hours.
So I'm reeling it back in a little bit. So tell me this: are there plans to? Before I do that, what are the challenges? What are some of your challenges with SisterGolf right now? What are some challenges you deal with? We always talk about the good stuff. What are the challenges?
So challenges have been and still continue to be finding the right partnerships with golf courses, because it's still, in 2022, very male, very Caucasian run. And so having partners that understand that this is a collaborative effort and it's not a competition. So partnering and finding ways to collaborate to let you know that all I'm doing is enhancing your business, because I'm exposing people to the sport that, even though it's in a different way, that probably would not ever come to your golf course. And after having the clinic or my workshop here, they're more likely to come back and get some balls and practice hitting balls on the range, or sign up for lessons. And now you have a whole new set of clients or a whole new set of clientele coming, instead of this friction. And it's the pushback of, are you, PGA certified, and, what are you teaching? And having folks not really understand how it's actually a benefit to them to have us there.
Yeah.
So particularly here in Alabama, that has been a challenge. But fortunately, I've been able to overcome some of those barriers, and I have found some good partners, and I still see opportunities for that even getting better.
Yeah, and I'm actively, I spend a lot of time in the studio, but I get out the courses because I have to do on-course stuff with players sometimes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So quick story, it was funny, I was out at Oxmoor, mm-hmm. and I was on the putting green that's close to the clubhouse, and these two sisters came by in their golf cart, and I looked at them and they looked at me, and it was one of those things like I didn't know them and they possibly didn't know me. I know a lot of golfers, but I just didn't know them or whatever, mm-hmm. and they might didn't know me. And we looked at each other and we kind of just like, hey, and she was like, hey, and I was like, okay. I was like, dang, sisters on the course. I'm like, that's what's up. So then you know how the green is, it looked down onto the valley course, not the ridge. It looked down onto the valley. Mm-hmm. So then I'm working with my player. I got a junior that I was working with on some putting stuff, and I looked down and they teeing off. And I was like, man, I need to get them a card. I like not just assuming that they can't play. I'm always trying to get everybody a card.
Okay.
And I looked down, and then she hit it, and she crushed it. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, who is she? Like, I was kind of shocked, but you seen more and more women on the course playing and beating up on the guys.
Yes.
So it's cool that you have this initiative going and all this other great things going on. How do you want to scale this? How do you scale this? Is that a challenge as well?
Yes, it is. I would love to find the right partner so I can scale it. So scaling means growing a team. Yeah. And so finding those right people to build a team with is what will help me to be able to take it to the next level. Yeah. So my goal is definitely to scale it.
Yeah. Well, some of the clients you work with, I can see you working with, the big old company. I see you working with a Microsoft, getting in there, teaching their executives how to play golf.
That would be fantastic. You put that into the universe, and I've received that. Yes, I will be working with Microsoft and
everybody else,
Google and Amazon, and all of their executives. So yes, that would be fantastic. So far, I've worked with Burr Foreman. I've worked with Merrill Lynch. There's an organization called Women of Influence. I've done something with them. I recently did something for Minority Business Development Agency. I am happy about this. This year, the Regions Tradition, which takes place in Birmingham every year around May, which is a PGA tournament for the senior players. Regions Tradition had its first ever Intro to Golf Women's Clinic, and I was the keynote speaker for that.
Oh, get the applause. The applause coming back.
Yeah. So definitely some positive things happening, and I'm currently working on. I'm the tournament director for the Birmingham Mayor Randall T.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this because that's coming up.
Randall Woodfin's inaugural charity golf tournament that's coming up Monday, October 24th. So
you're the tournament director for the mayor's tournament.
Yes.
It's like a charity tournament.
It is a charity tournament.
Proceeds going to benefit
a lot of the initiatives that the mayor holds near and dear to his heart, which are around education and the Birmingham neighborhoods.
Okay.
So it'll be, revitalization efforts.
We need a little. We definitely need some education upgrades, and we need some revitalization. Can the mayor play?
The mayor is not a golfer.
Mayor Woodfin, Brandon Mason here. Went to a Birmingham public city school. Grew up in Birmingham. I'm inviting you down to 3BM Golf Studio for a free lesson, so you don't go out there and look trash. Okay. All right. I'm not in Birmingham, but I'm on the outskirts. I'm right here in Homewood, and I still support Birmingham, and my parents still live in Birmingham. Come on down here to 3BM Golf Studio. I'm giving you a free lesson. Come on down. Thank you. That was my public service announcement for the mayor.
I see.
I'm a marketing genius.
I see that. So no, he's not a golfer, but he supports the golf community and felt like it was important for us to have something for the golf community. So I'm excited about being able to have the opportunity to be a part of that. So I expect it's going to be awesome.
How do people get involved with that? How do they sign up for the tournament? We need all the big corporations to get involved. If you got a business in the city of Birmingham, get your butt in check, get involved some kind of way. How do people get in touch with you to get involved?
Just email me and I can send them all of the information. And my email is simple. It's Shella, which is my first name, SHELLA, at SisterGolf.com. Shella at SisterGolf.com. Drop me an email and I will send you all of the information and everything that you need to get involved and participate and be a part of it. It's something that you definitely do not want to miss.
Hey, I like it. Okay, we got a quick little wrap up. I gotta talk about these books because they looking magical over here. So, so tell me about these books.
So I created a few journals, golf journals, that are currently on Amazon and are available for sale. And
look at this illustration.
Is a golf progress tracker. So if you are a golfer, whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, you want to be able to track your progress so you can see what areas of your game you need to improve on or which parts you need to pay more attention to. So it asks you, how many fairways did you hit, or how many greens and regulations did you hit, or how many putts did you have? And so after you've played a number of rounds, you can go back and see exactly and pinpoint where you're suffering most. So if you're 3 or 4 putting all the time, that's where you need to work on your game.
Do not 3 or 4 putt. Please come see me. I basically specialize in putting. I will fix you very quickly in the course of an hour and a half. Don't suck. Don't play trash golf. Come see me. Okay.
Go see Brandon. Okay, so that's the progress tracker. And this one is the tournament tracker, which is the one that I recommend most to the people that go through the workshop, because I encourage women to play in scramble tournaments, and especially since it's a way to gain business and to gain visibility and to network. And the tournament tracker helps you track your ROI on the tournament. So if your company paid for it or if you paid for it, you want to make a note of that. And it also allows you to put who you played with.
You so corporate. You so corporate.
You know, their email address, their phone number. And then it allows you to say, you know, did you talk about business, what that deal was? Did that matriculate or turn into an actual referral or a business deal? So if you paid $250 to play in this scramble and you walked away with a $5,000 deal, a $20,000 deal, you know, you can track what your
investment.
That
right
was
there.
a great return on your investment.
Yeah, that was a greatness only return on your investment.
Absolutely. And it allows you to keep all that in one place, because what I found, and it was partly something I felt like I needed to use for myself, because I was playing in all these tournaments and I would remember, oh, I played with such and such, you know, where's her information? I know she gave me her card, you know, is it in my golf bag? Or so now I can keep it all in one place and refer back to it, and I have their email and I have their phone number, and can just keep those connections handy.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's the tournament tracker.
I need a tracker just in general.
And then the last one is kind of like a bucket list. It's the Golf Travel Journal.
Oh.
So you list like your top 50 courses that you want to play. And, you know,
and then you make yourself go play them.
And then when you play them, it has a space to, you know, for you to log in. Okay, was it a birthday? Was it a guy's trip? You know, what day it was, what the course.
What was your favorite hole?
What was your favorite hole?
Yeah.
All of that. What were the best things? So, and you can keep it all in one place. And it's a hardcover, so it's like a coffee table book.
Yeah. That'd be cool. You go play those courses, then pass it down to your kids and tell them to go play the same courses.
I didn't even think of that. I like that idea.
I'm a marketing genius. All right. This has been very informative, very insightful, very fun.
Yes.
Like you said a few minutes ago, you're like, the time going by so fast.
It has.
Like, once you get into this little world of B. Mason incubator here, you kind of lose track of time. My clients coming in, they say, I just come here and I like lose track of time. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I like it. So,
Yeah.
So lots of great things going on with Sister Golf. Shella, thanks for coming. Round of applause on that. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I had to drag you. I had to call you 5 times to tell you, let's do it. I'm like, when you're available, just let me know. I'm like, forget this. I'm still on Shella. I'm free. This time. Pick one.
Yes.
And I got her in, so it's cool. I know you're busy getting everything together with the Mayor's Tournament, Sister Golf, lots of amazing things going on your end. If y'all want to get in touch with us, Shella, SisterGolf.com.
Yes.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And you got a Birmingham business. Get your butt in the Mayor's Tournament and don't be lame. And we'll go from there, man. If y'all want to know more about Sister Golf and everything Shella has going on, it's Shella at SisterGolf.com. That's correct, right?
That is correct.
All right. And then if you're in the Birmingham, even if you're not in the Birmingham area, you could be in Hoover, Homewood, Vestavia, whatever. Get your butt in the Mayor's Tournament. Get your team. You got a foursome. Sign up. Come help us raise some money to get some of these initiatives done in the Birmingham area. Any last words you want to say before we cut out of here?
Sure. Also, please check me out on all of the different social media platforms. I'm at Sister Golf. And if you are a woman in corporate America or you own your own business, also join us on our Facebook group, which is Successful Women Play Golf. And I'm so looking forward to, Brandon and I are getting ready to partner on a putting social.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun, networking, you know, no pressure. Well, a little bit of pressure because there'll be competition on the putting surface. But we would love to have you all come out and participate and be a part of that. And that should be taking place sometime in November. So keep an eye out for that on all the socials.
Yep.
But it's been awesome. I totally loved talking about this. I could talk about this for hours, as you know.
Yeah, and I apologize for the phone in the background. It's 10 o'clock now. Time for me to open up my doors. You see the phone start ringing exactly at 10 o'clock. That's a good thing, though. If people not calling your phone, that means you're doing something wrong. All right. Make a Pivot podcast, man. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.
I don't need no college, cause I'm getting stupid amounts. Yeah, I'm getting stupid amounts. Ayy, so much that I'm losing accounts. Ayy, I'm a young boss in my state. Yeah, so I gotta stay in my town. Ayy, I think I'm staying around. Ayy, what is they talking about? Ayy.